It all happened so quickly. I didn't even know how to react. I struggled to make it back to the surface, but it was to no avail. By the time I felt myself fading, and I just about tired myself out and accepted my fate. I looked up to see the sunlight piercing through the depth of the sea. A white light. I saw a hand reaching down to grab me like God, bringing me to the afterlife. I opened my eyes, and to my surprise, I wasn't dead. In front of me was a man, tall, scrawny, but with one hand, he dangled me over the water. In the other hand was a glass of cold rum on rocks, no chaser.
Almost lost it there.
With a smile, he plopped me on the deck of the fishing boat. This boat was about 36 feet long. At the front of the boat was a seating section that gave shelter from the rain. On top of it was a helm, where the captain can drive the boat. The boat had one huge Yamaha engine at the rear that was turned off at the moment. This man was probably a fisherman that just so happened to be in the area. I heard a thundering voice from across the boat.
Is the boy okay?
He was definitely the captain. I don't want to sound shallow, but just looking at the guy, I could tell that he was the owner of this boat. He looked like a true sailor. He marched over and stood tall over me.
You there. What's your name and where are you from?
I opened my mouth to answer, but I felt a rush of vomit move up my throat. My mouth closed just in time to catch all of it. The fisherman that saved me grabbed me by the neck and directed my head overboard. When I opened my mouth, a gush of seawater sprayed back where it came from.
Don't worry about it then.
I coughed for what seemed like forever. The captain raised his hands in front of me.
You're very lucky. My first mate saw you in the water. My tired eyes wouldn't have seen you in the deep blue. My name is Paul. I'm the captain of this vessel.
Before I could state my name, Captain Paul turned around and walked over to the seating area of the boat. He only seemed interested in me being alive, which I could still find a way to appreciate. I turned to the first mate. Where are we right now, sir?
Probably some miles off Tankriga.
Oh, that's where I'm from.
Lucky you, son. Me and the captain are from that side too.
That was strange to me. Tankriga isn't a very big place. Only about 10,000 people live there, and judging by what I see from the ship, Captain Paul is a pretty wealthy guy. I find it hard to believe that I've never seen these two around, even though I've lived there my entire life. Nevertheless, I felt grateful that my saviors were from my same little town. Then it occurred to me. Sir, by chance, did you see anyone else in the water? No answer. My heart sank and my throat began to burn. I could feel tears run down my cheek. The fisherman, he said nothing. Instead, he poured 2 glasses of rum, no ice, no chaser. Then he handed me one.
Young boy, let me tell you this. Sometimes life is easy. Sometimes life is hard. One thing we can both agree is that nothing beats living life. Cheers to life.
Cheers to life. I downed it quickly. I looked up then, realized it was getting dark. Shouldn't we be moving to land now? The sun is going down, I asked.
We're on an excursion, my youth. We'll be back home soon enough, don't worry.
He tossed me a bundle of blankets.
Get some rest, kid. Don't worry about it.
Why? I woke up suddenly. Captain Paul was standing over me. His eyes, they were wide open, and he had a huge grin on his face.
Ha! You missed it, lad.
Sir?
We were attacked by a shark.
The first mate walked over and handed me a bowl of hot soup.
Shark soup is on the menu. Eat up.
This smells amazing. Wait, what?
A shark attacked the boat, you see, and first mate wrestled him with his bare hands. It's quite the spectacle.
You fought a shark?
Hey, cook him up too.
I couldn't help but laugh. Out of anyone that could have saved me, I'm so glad that it was these two.
Ha! You see, my dear boy, my first mate's the Tarzan of the sea.
We won't be stranded as long as I'm here. I'm like an animal. I know how to survive.
A toast to our victory against the shark.
I noticed that Captain Paul was so much more energetic today. I also noticed that he was drinking quite a bit of rum with the first mate. So, I figured that they would be drunk soon. When I found them to be completely drunk, I asked, Captain Paul, what type of excursion are we on?
Oh, we're actually trying to find one now.
Fine.
A mermaid, boy. Ever seen one?
Hold on. A what?
They're extraordinary. Half beautiful woman, half fish. I heard stories about them when I was but a young boy. We're going to find one, and I'm going to put a ring on her. You have my word about that.
You're joking, sir. You have to be. You too are out to sea to find mermaids.
Look around, boy. It's all sea. Water for miles all around, miles deep, going down. Only 2% of it has been charted. Who knows what could be real in the 98?
Have you seen a mermaid, first mate? Do you even believe that they exist?
You heard him. The sea is full of the unknown.
Look, all that's out there is water and fish that look like fish. I can assure you of that.
Only one way to find out. Captain said we're finding a mermaid. So we're finding a mermaid.
I can't believe this. We're going to die out here. When I said that, two men changed completely, as if those words sobered them.
If you want to see land, then maybe you can try swimming. Or maybe you can float back.
The first mate pulled up his shirt. A pistol was tucked in his waistband. Captain Paul downed one glass of rum and looked at me. With a tone that could freeze hell, he said,
Those are your options. Either that, or you can stay here and be quiet. Your pick.
I understand. Days, weeks, maybe even months went by. I just wanted to go home. My saviors had become my captors, and they treated me as such. They wouldn't even speak to me unless they had to, and I noticed my portions of food have been getting smaller. Every day, the two of them search the seas. They find nothing. I'm sure we'll die out here and never find anything. I pretend to search for the mermaid along with them, but in reality, I'm searching for land. Nothing. Just like every other day. I look up to the heavens to beg God to save me. Oh no. The sky was darkening. Clouds that looked like the devil himself were coming our way. I could see the thunder rattling from afar. The currents got more aggressive. Captain Paul!
Yes, what is it?
Look there!
Oh my.
We have to leave. We aren't set on.
We're not going anywhere.
First mate, what is this madness?
The first mate reeked of alcohol. I'm sure he wasn't in his right mind. But he had a pistol at the side of my head. So it's best I not tell him that.
I've been thinking. We fished this boy out of the sea. No wreckage, no other bodies, no nada. Ever since we found him, he's been begging for us to turn back.
Look, I almost drowned once, and I'm not trying to do it a second time.
What are you getting at, first mate?
I propose this youth thou a mermaid himself. He's trying to scare us off because we're close.
You've lost your mind. I expected Captain Paul to think logically, but
You really think he's a mermaid?
you can't be serious. The storm is coming.
When it was just me and the captain, didn't even experience rain, much less a whole storm.
Please, we're going to die.
Maybe we should turn back.
Finally, some sense. I begged Captain Paul to turn back.
Are you sure, Captain?
Captain, please, let's go.
We could be close to the mermaid, Captain.
Please.
I don't...
Oh God, land! I've never been so thankful in my life. I kissed the ground over and over and over again. A few meters ahead of me was Captain Paul, pumping the first mate's chest.
Come on, first mate, say something!
He wasn't coming to. He's gone, Captain. Let's go.
I suppose you're right.
We pulled the first mate's body into the water. A wave came and carried his corpse into the beyond. A worthy burial for the Tarzan of the sea. I'm sorry you didn't find your memory, Captain.
It's fine, son. Life is full of questions, but not every question requires an answer.
We turned to leave the shore and I couldn't believe it. There she was, a real-life mermaid. I noticed the captain's demeanor changed. His eyes widened than I've ever seen anyone's eyes widen. His mouth stayed open with no words coming out. The mermaid she was gorgeous, and seeing her was an astonishing sight. But I've had enough of the sea at this point. I turned around to see where the captain was. He stood at the edge where the waves hit the shore, unsure of what to do.
You're beautiful.
Come.
One foot went into the water, followed by another. With each step, the captain moved further and further into the sea. The fact that he'd eventually run out of air was none of my business. I doubt that would have stopped him from continuing on. I turned around and went back to land, leaving the captain's fate to be known only by God. To be honest, I doubt he lived much longer after being without air, and I'm sure the mermaid knew that as well. Only I knew the truth of the mermaid's real being. But what does that really matter? The world revolves regardless if we know this knowledge or not. The fact that these creatures kept themselves hidden so long means that they've never wanted to be found. Any adventurer with the pursuit of finding one will only be chasing waves.